yeah! Welcome to the Rather Be Golfing podcast. Not just a golf podcast, just four guys who would rather be golfing.
There's only three of us, though.
Yeah, there's only three of us tonight.
It's on autopilot.
Kennedy's not feeling too well.
Big part of the pod missing.
He could be having...
Quite a big part, yeah.
Yeah, big part. He could have the flu. He could be withdrawing from alcohol. Not really sure. He did say he quit alcohol.
Yeah.
We're not sure about it. I haven't seen him in...
Yeah, he's out with, mysterious illness, let's say.
I haven't seen him in a couple weeks, though.
Yeah.
Last time I saw him, he was drinking.
He decided to give us plenty of notice that he wasn't going to be a part of this tonight.
About 25 minutes.
25 minutes? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's probably like, maybe I'll have a cocktail to try to,
get back to eat.
feel better.
Level.
Yeah, get back to
the
level.
shakes,
Wasn't
man.
working.
I guess he talked himself out of it. The angel prevailed.
Yeah, that coupled with Notre Dame going down last night. I don't think he's in a good place.
They tried to fight back.
They did.
But too little, too late.
Not enough fight
Not enough.
out of the Irish.
No.
Fighting Irish. There's a joke in there somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good try.
They tried.
Yeah, we watched it, I guess, out of the corner of our eye while we were playing the Simulator League Week 3. It was competitive for a few minutes. 7-7 in the first quarter.
Then Ohio State went 31 unanswered.
Yeah. It was 21-7.5, was it?
I don't know. I don't even know what the
I don't
final
know.
score was. A lot to a little.
Hard to pay attention while we were golfing.
Yeah. Well, it was the spread was like 10 or something, right? So it's pretty much what was expected, I think. Right.
Was it that high? I thought it was like 8.5.
I think it opened around 10. Maybe it went down to 8.5.
Okay. I think they lost by 11.
Yeah.
So if it was 10.
Oh, is that really what? Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was.
Because they were down by 8
close.
and then kicked the last minute field
They
goal
came
back.
back.
Yeah. There were a couple of weird outcomes this weekend in professional, or I guess in football in general. The end of the Chiefs game. Who did the Chiefs play? I forget. It's escaping me.
The Texans.
Right, the Texans.
Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
The spread was, I think, 9.5 or something around there. And as time expired, they, instead of just taking a knee to let the clock run out, Carson Wentz was taking the snap at that point because the game was over. He just ran backwards into the end zone for a meaningless safety that actually altered the spread of the game. It's things like that that are kind of like, I don't know. It's not even trying to pretend it's not fixed, kind of like, why would that happen if it's not to?
Well, you guarantee you give them the ball like, I don't know.
I don't think there's any.
They burn 5 seconds off, and then they give them they kick the ball.
The other
off
team had
to
no
them.
timeouts. There was 30 seconds left. There was no reason.
Yeah, but
to
it
do
was
anything
fourth
to take
down, so I think the risk was if you punt it to them, right?
Oh,
then
was
they
it
can. It
fourth?
was fourth down. So if you kick it to them,
Okay.
let's say they return it, then they can onside kick, and a miracle happens, and then they can win the game that way. 2 scores real quick.
If that is the case, I suppose that
So this way was to
has merit.
burn 5 seconds.
Okay.
Now you're going to kick the ball to them. It's still a 2-score game.
I digress.
Yeah.
I have to go
believe
back
that's
and
why
look
they
at
did
that. But
It was fourth down.
I mean, that whole game was a little fugazi with Pat Mahomes fucking flopping, a couple of fucking...
He's looking like
That's
LeBron
that's nothing
out there. Yeah.
Pat Mahomes flopping. I don't believe it.
No.
They get every call.
Look, I'm not complaining because I benefited from that outcome. I had a 4-team parlay, and I had the Texans to cover 9.5.
Yeah.
As part of that. I ended up winning. So I'm not complaining
So it worked
about
out
it.
for you.
No, it did work out beautifully for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably fucking
Yeah.
kid in the candy store.
Make it
store
more
right there.
What was on that? What was on that slip you had?
I had Texans plus 9.5.
You had the under.
The under
In that game. In the same game.
Was it the same game?
Yeah.
And I had the over in the
Lions, Commanders.
yes,
And
over
Commanders,
56
and Commanders
and a half.
money line.
And Commanders money line, yes.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, I've got a new methodology for picking games. If the spread seems too good, I just go against what it seems like the obvious pick would be. 56.5 points seems like a lot, so I was like, yeah, I'll take the over. 42.5 points seems like not that much, so I'll take the under. Although on Sunday the Eagles game was under 42.5 in bad conditions,
Yeah.
and it was way over. So maybe I just got lucky.
True. Well, you picked the Commanders.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good pick. A lot of people picked the Lions.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people saw that coming.
Daniels is good, man.
Yeah,
He's
it's
really
good. I know. I'm like, might throw a little cheddar on them to win the Super Bowl.
What is it, like plus 800 or
Yeah,
something?
it's
This
something
is
like
pretty
that.
rough, though. The fact that one of the two is going to the Super Bowl.
I know. Being a Giants
As a
fan right
Giants
now is
fan,
not good.
No.
You got the Eagles, and they're both good picks to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think they could both beat the Chiefs and the Bills.
So speaking of Jaden Daniels, how do you guys think? So this was a very deep, talented QB class, this past draft class. We had Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, and J.J. McCarthy, who hasn't played yet. I think most of those QBs, the ones that played, were pretty impressive.
Yeah, they're all pretty good, but Jaden Daniels is like all-time great
Head
rookie
and shoulders
season.
above those guys, yeah.
Right.
It's probably the best rookie season ever, honestly.
It's very possible, yeah. I don't know. Guys like him, who I guess part of it is playing against such good competition in college when you play in the SEC, he's just so poised out there for a young kid. He doesn't seem to ever panic, makes good decisions. Bo Nix, too. Obviously, the last game was a little bit one-sided, but I think he really exceeded most of the expectations that he had when he came into the season. He just seems very poised and doesn't seem to get too frazzled. Takes a lot, I think, for him to get.
Yeah, Sean Payton knew he was like the more accurate quarterback, too. He had like the record for accuracy for college football. Jaden Daniels, if you look at the season back in 2023, his stats with Lamar Jackson, his MVP season, are almost identical.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too shocked if they, they've got a lot of work to do still. There's 3 very good teams who are still in that they're going to have to outlast, but wouldn't be the most shocking thing ever. They have a good team, good offense, well coached. Yeah, anything to add? You look like you were going to say something.
They did lose a lineman, though. They're starting, I think, right guard, torn ACL. So
speaking of linemen, watching the Eagles game, it's funny how Mekhi Becton goes from draft bust, always hurt, to change of scenery. Now he's like an all-pro. They were singing his praises during the Eagles game, how great he is. And
well, it happens all the time. Now, like, you go to a team where you're not super highlighted, you can hide a little bit. You're not like the top guy.
Bit of the pressure off you, yeah.
Yeah. And he could have been hurt those couple of years, and now he's actually healthy.
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, the guy's a monster. What is he, like 6'8"?
He's a big fellow.
Almost 400 pounds.
Oof. Yeah, good for him. Whatever.
Good for him.
So, how would you rank the QBs? Do you think Caleb Williams is... I've got a lot of friends who are Bears fans, and they still are, they're going down with the ship. Most of them will not... They won't argue, or they won't say anything other than he's still going to be the best QB from this draft class when it's all said and done. I don't know what they're seeing that I don't.
Yeah, I don't see that. I would put him and Drake May, like tied, like 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think May's going to have a good career. It's so early to tell. Some guys develop late. It's all...
I mean, you would have thought that Caleb Williams would have done a little bit better, given the team that they put together around him. Now, obviously, it's good on paper, but he had every offensive weapon.
Yeah,
a decent line. Like,
was the line decent? I feel like they've always had a bad line.
Going into the year, everything looked good. I guess didn't pan out that well. But.
I mean, same thing for the Jets. They're really 2 peas in a pod, just 2 miserable circus organizations.
Giants are right there with you.
Who never... Well, I mean, they've had good seasons in the past. I feel like it's been decades since the Jets and the Bears have even come close to meeting expectations. They come into a lot of seasons with the hope or the expectation that they're going to make the playoffs or contend, and then those hopes are quickly squashed within a few weeks. But it's only sports, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, all those teams, you look at upper management, and it's pretty much it just rolls downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Something's always up. Like the Jets, Woody Johnson, terrible owner.
Yeah, it all starts at the top, yeah. I mean, it's always been the same for the Knicks, too, with Jim Dolan. Although the Rangers have always... He
was always hands off with them. He never got too involved with them. But yeah, if you have an owner who is meddling and everything, and they clearly shouldn't be, they have no idea what they're doing,
yeah.
it's never going to be a good outcome.
Yeah, and once you damage the infrastructure of the team, it takes so long to fix it.
Yeah, it's like Jerry Jones. Look at that guy. He can't help himself. And look at what happens. The Cowboys don't do anything almost
and
every
teams
year.
like the Cowboys, they'll never commit to a full reset where they'll tear everything down and try to rebuild from scratch, like a full rebuild, which is what it takes when you have one of those teams that always comes up short. And, there's, dissension in the locker room that you have to overcome. And that's what the Jets are experiencing right now. And what you really need is to totally revamp the culture. You have to commit to a total rebuild. It takes time. You have to be patient. But if you just keep trying to change some things year to year, things never really, I feel like, fully resolve themselves. And those are the teams that are just pretty much always just the mediocre teams who never really quite get there. I'd rather be a bad team and actually have the promise of being able to draft well. And even if it's going to take a few years.
But people want to be like the Commanders this year. I mean, and they change owners.
Yeah.
Dan Snyder's out, and look what happened. They fucking win 13 games. But they win 4 games last year?
Yeah, they had the second pick.
Yeah.
I mean,
crazy.
It's true.
And fucking, that was like the Giants fans' only hope was the Commanders being better than the Commanders.
Yeah.
And now we're just fucking shit out of luck.
No.
And I just see that thing on Instagram all the time, his son saying like, oh, trade up and get Jaden Daniels. I'm like, which it was impossible anyway because the Commanders weren't going to give up that pick. Mm-hmm. And the Patriots weren't going to give up their pick. And the Bears weren't going to give up their pick. No. So like the Giants had no shot.
Well, at least
it's all hindsight.
At least they made a good pick. I think it seems like Neighbors is going to be a very good player. He's just got they have a lot of other holes they have to fill.
A guy to get the ball to him.
Right.
But now like this draft, I'm like, I really don't want any of these quarterbacks.
No.
I don't want Sanders. I don't want Cam Ward. I'm like,
no, the problem is they're in a spot where they have to draft somebody.
Now I'm saying they might trade for J.J. McCarthy if the Vikings want to sign Sam Darnold.
I don't think they want to do that. Look what he just
I know.
He just killed him.
It's such a good season.
I mean, they're going to get a discount on him. He would have
He would have got like $40 million a year at least.
Probably, yeah. Now
and
he's going to get a $40 million deal for 2 years.
The jury is still out.
On who?
On McCarthy.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And so, I don't know what's going to happen with Sam Darnold.
He's going to sign
for a lot less money than he would have.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what we're just saying.
Himself $200 million potentially.
Yeah. Is there any chance that McCarthy ends up being the starting quarterback in Minnesota next year?
I think that's the plan. I mean, that was the plan.
That was the plan.
He only got signed. They only signed Darnold because he tore his ACL.
I mean, he should be back in the beginning of the season because he got hurt in the preseason, right?
Yeah.
So
no, he should be back in time.
But a lot of rumors saying that they might trade J.J. McCarthy and sign Sam Darnold.
Okay.
Like the Jets would be involved in that, or the Giants.
I don't know.
I mean, he fits the Giants profile.
No, I'm not. I'm saying I don't know why the Vikings would do that. Like Sam Darnold's not the guy.
I don't know. He looked pretty good for most of the season.
No, but he did. But then when the pressure was on, 2 games in a row,
you start seeing ghosts.
Yeah, the real Sam Darnold came out. Again, you go somewhere at Minnesota. Okay, it's not as flashy as New York, and not everybody's looking at you. Mm-hmm. You have a decent team, a good team to work with, and then lights turn on, and it's like, oh shit, what am I doing?
But again, I'm like, J.J. McCarthy could be way worse.
He could be, yeah. I mean, he was not like the greatest quarterback in college. They didn't really throw the ball a lot in Michigan, right? I mean, who knows? Jury's out. Like you said, jury's out on that guy still.
And Sam Darnold could only get better in this offense. He's only 27. He's fucking young.
Oh, I know.
Did Michigan win the national championship in his last year there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his stock really went up a lot after that.
But he threw the ball like fucking 20 times.
Yeah.
I was going to say, think of all the national championship winning quarterbacks who have just been complete duds in the NFL. There's a lot. Matt Leinart, for one. I don't know. There's a long list. I was hoping one of you guys would kind of pick me up. But it's definitely happened.
As a recent, though.
Yeah. Jameis Winston, right? Did he win a national championship?
They did. Yeah. Seminoles, yep. Giants will never be as lucky enough to get a quarterback like
I mean, who knows? Maybe Daniels. One of those guys will end up having a good career in the NFL,
That's what I'm saying. I think we should try to get Josh Fields, right? Josh? No.
Who? Justin Fields?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. He could be out there.
Justin Fields. I mean, we talked about getting him last year, but now he actually proved something when he was on Pittsburgh. He played pretty well. Who else? Like if Sam Darnold, they do drop him. Would the Giants go for him too?
Back to New York. There's just too much pressure on him, I think. I don't know.
It's always my alarm, my bad.
It's always you.
It's all right. You think that those options would be better than the alternative of just taking a flyer on a guy in the draft? You know, the 3 or 4 QBs, maybe one of them pans out.
You can't call that taking a flyer. You take the third overall pick. Needs to kind of be
Sure thing.
But like,
a sure, yeah, well, nothing's sure.
You look at the offense, we get Travis Hunter, we have Travis Hunter, Malik Neighbors, Wandale Robinson, Tyrone Tracy, Justin Fields. Not terrible.
Not terrible. Not terrible.
Doesn't sound that bad.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have
and
to
if
be
it
so
doesn't
pretty.
work out, we shit the bed again, and we get a low
Arch.
pick, and we get Arch.
There we go. That's the real plan.
That would be great, yeah.
That's like
Hopefully the Jets get him. It's a race to the bottom.
the Jets aren't going
It is crazy, this obsession with this guy. He has not played much at all, obviously.
It's because of his last name, his namesake.
But he could throw the ball, fucking like Peyton and Eli, and
throw
he
the
could
ball,
run,
his
run
name
the
is
ball,
Man.
and he can run.
Yeah.
Yeah, but mostly if his last name was, Schwartz,
Nobody would be talking
nobody would care, yeah.
Not as much.
Yeah.
Not because he's Jewish, but just
I didn't say that. Maybe
That had nothing to do with it. Schwartz. Jeez.
I don't know.
And
You're
you
getting
guys
racial. I don't know.
you said it anyway. And you guys have to watch the Eagles. Saquon Barkley run for 200 yards every game.
I know.
It's just extra pain everywhere you look.
It's just pain everywhere.
I would just probably not tune into that game.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch. Yeah, I'm going to watch.
I'm going to watch. Definitely going to watch.
Going to watch.
It's going to suck.
So a really good game.
I'm happy for Saquon though. Because I liked him as a
It's not
Giant.
his
It
fault.
sucked.
He
got
did
hurt
he did what he had to do. I think
He did.
they didn't want to pay him, and he had to make a decision.
I mean, especially you watch Hard Knocks. They fucking played with him.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Shane fucking gave him nothing to work with.
Yeah, I saw
No,
the clip.
and you can't blame the Giants either. Like, you're not going to give the guy a bunch of money. He was hurt. He was banged up.
Again, but
So-
look at the money we spent.
No, I know. And then they spend money stupid elsewhere.
Yeah, the two guys we spent money on that could have paid Saquon was fucking
I know.
Singletary and Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it probably worked out best for both teams. He wasn't going to win a Super Bowl in New York.
It definitely didn't work out for the Giants.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, no, they weren't going to.
They
He
suck.
wasn't going to win them a Super Bowl though. Just by
Okay,
himself.
but I'd
But they'd
rather
be
have
better-
him over than
Yeah.
fucking Devin Singletary and Drew Lock,
Yeah.
which we're probably going to get rid of both of them.
Right, but they didn't end up having to commit to paying him. I guess it wouldn't have been that long of a term contract where it really would have fucked him.
I think it was the same thing. It was
But
only 3 years. They
Definitely
probably-
didn't work out for both
Well, it
teams.
worked out for him.
Yeah, it worked out for him.
Worked out for him and the Eagles, yeah.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I know you
Greatest
got-
offensive years ever.
If we can't be happy, nobody could be happy.
Yeah.
I get they're a division rival and
Be
everything,
happy.
but whatever. Like, he wasn't going to win them a Super Bowl. Isn't
He could have.
that pretty much the
Could have by himself.
measure of whether or not it's a success?
What if he ran the same way he did for the Giants?
Yeah.
He always was great for the Giants, and then
It wasn't always great for the Giants. He was hurt a lot.
This is next
well,
level.
when he was
This season's
healthy,
next level.
when he was
He
healthy,
had like 2 good years. His rookie year and 2 years ago?
he was always like a top 3 pick in fantasy, top 2.
Yeah, but not successful.
Yeah, did it pan out? It's like
When he was-
it's like
when he
Christian
was
McCaffrey,
when he
right?
was
He's been number 1 pick overall for the last couple of years. Did his work?
No, but you can't. I don't know. It's just
What do you say?
anybody could get hurt.
Yeah. But you're saying like he's been the number 1 pick and he's played like a number 1 pick all the time.
When he's been on the field, he has been, maybe this year
Extraordinary.
Yeah, but he's always been, when healthy, he's been arguably the best running back in the NFL. And it's not, that alone is not, even playing behind a shitty line, that alone has never been enough to get them into consideration for Super Bowl contention. So why would that change in the future?
I don't know. Because having him could have at least...
Whatever, you win.
You could have been mediocre instead of absolutely suck.
You win
Like,
6 games instead of 3. Like, is that really going to make a difference?
Yes.
Yeah, it makes you feel better.
I guess. It
Right?
wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
You don't want the Jets to have won a few more games this year than they did?
No, I'd rather tank, to be frank.
every year. You're
Frank
out of
the
the tank.
tank.
Until it works.
Just keep tanking.
It's miserable.
You know, you just want to go 8-9. Like that's
true.
Nobody wants that.
true,
I'll take
but-
tanking over that any day.
The Giants won a couple games at the end of last year too, and we could have got Jaden Daniels.
I know. They always fuck themselves. Like,
We-
let's just win one.
Yeah.
One extra.
What? We beat the Eagles the last game of the year.
Yeah. Come on.
Fucking Shit. All right. Where are we going from here?
Let's talk about something better.
No, I want to
Yeah.
talk about the Bills game.
Oh, let's talk about the Bills game.
That was
All
a
right.
really good game.
I know I missed a lot of it. I had to sleep.
I watched the whole game. A high scoring game in Buffalo. It was kind of, I feel bad for Mark Andrews. Obviously, everybody knows what happened to him.
Brutal.
Big fumble in the fourth quarter, and he dropped what would have been the tying
The fumble,
conversion.
but I mean that was a great defensive play though. I mean he punched out of his arms.
That, and also between that and the drop, I think the weather had to have played a pretty significant part in that,
Yeah,
that
definitely.
game.
I think the 2-point conversion though, that's just I don't know how much you blame that on the weather. That ball has
Should
to
have
be
been
caught.
caught, yeah.
That's right there.
Yeah, it wasn't thrown hard or anything.
I mean this is your
it's
His footing was a little off. It's kind of weird angle.
that's
know?
the catch that you
I know.
have to make.
He had to make
You
a
have
catch.
to make that catch.
I wonder if you slept since then. Probably not many hours, I would think.
I mean
It's tough.
Yeah, he's had a very up and down season. He started off the season. He got in a car accident, I think, before the season started. Then he started the season god awful.
Yeah,
Picked it
well,
up later in the season.
Isaiah Likely, I remember,
Likely
had
that
a
crazy
huge
catch
game.
in the
Week 1, he had like
early
a
on,
huge
yeah.
game. And all of a sudden, Andrew's probably like, I'm not the man anymore. Like,
Yeah.
they got competition. I
He
don't
really
know.
didn't start picking it up until like week 8.
He's always been pretty reliable, though. Apparently, that's the first time he's fumbled, or they lost a fumble when he's fumbled in over 5 years or something crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, yeah, a rough 5 or 6 minute stretch,
Rough
whatever
luck.
it was for him. But two sides of the coin, you know, the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, they just miss out again. And on the other side, Josh Allen, they are set up for a date with the Chiefs in Kansas City. I feel like if the Bills would have lost, it would have been like Josh Allen chokes again. The Ravens lose. It's not on Jackson, but you know he deserves, I think, some of the blame.
It's
maybe
a handful of things. Coaching decisions. I mean, they went for 2 when they didn't necessarily have to. All things compounded and add up, right? They went for 2 in that. What was that in the third quarter or at some point in the fourth quarter? They missed the 2-point conversion. Had they just kicked the field extra point there or tried to kick an extra point, then when they scored again, if they just kicked an extra point there, it would have been tied. They wouldn't have.
Lamar
A
too,
lot of
though.
things
Like
add
he
up.
had 4 turnovers
Yep.
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And only 3 all year. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I mean, you could assign the blame to a few different people, I think, but we'll see what happens in the next round because ultimately, the way it's gone for the last 3 or 4 years, the AFC, you have to go through the Chiefs, and
I don't know.
they keep finding a way to win. They're on paper, they're not as good as they were in years past.
Well,
now
fuck
they're
it.
actually a defensive team. In the past, they've had a shitty defense and a good offense. Now it's sort of the other way around.
yeah,
So
Pat Mahomes is 7-0 in divisional championship game.
he just finds a way every
That's
time.
fucking-
Yeah, Kelsey
What the
is.
fuck?
He just had a big game too. He always just
You can
turns it on in
yeah.
the playoffs
Yep.
every year.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to go. Apparently, the weather is supposed to be super cold in Kansas City right now. But yeah, you got to go into Arrowhead. You got to win.
I don't think the cold's going to affect either one of these teams. Pretty much used to it at this point, right?
Yeah. I mean, Buffalo too. Like
Buffalo, Kansas, it's fucking freezing there.
Yeah,
my buddy just sent me a video of him snowplowing upstate. They said they got 5 feet from 7:30 last night till 6:30 in the morning.
5 feet?
5 feet.
That's insane. Oh, yeah. The snow effect snow, right? Lake effect snow. Yeah.
Crazy.
yeah. I feel
That's
like
nuts.
there's always snow on the ground in Buffalo. They always pay fans or give fans tickets. Or
Yeah, like
whatever
20
Yeah, you
bucks
come
an hour.
shovel,
yeah,
to shovel the
out
stadium out.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
I hate the cold, but bucket list thing. I would like to go see a game in Buffalo when it's cold or Lambeau. I feel like that would just be kind of a cool.
I'd rather go to Lambeau. I feel
Yeah.
Yeah.
like more history.
Obviously, more history. Yeah.
I mean, I do like the Bills over Green Bay, but
the culture of the fan culture of the Bills though, with the tables and everything.
yeah, Bills Mafia.
It'd be fun. I think
You're gonna go through a table. If
Yeah,
you
but
go?
there's real history in Lambeau. I mean,
you
as
can at
opposed
least
to
look
just-
at the tables on the ground. Right? Yeah. Obviously,
Would you go through the table? Would you though? You would. Authentic experience.
I think you gotta, right?
You want them to throw you through?
Yeah, break my collarbone. You know,
Yeah.
it's it'll
Why not?
Oh, we gotta put you through a
yeah.
be
table.
part of the story. Yeah. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
You should go up there. Jets versus Bills.
So me and my friends are thinking about this year. We went to Nashville for the Titans game week 2, and we want to make it an annual thing. As shitty as the Jets are going to be for the foreseeable future, we're thinking next year we hit Miami or New Orleans, and the year after that they play in Washington. So we want to go see.
Oh, sick invite.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, this just really came up in the last
Appreciate
week.
that.
You guys are both more than welcome.
In the
to
last
All
week.
What about this year?
We're in the what next year?
No, what about this past year when you went to Nashville?
Yeah, that.
Well, I don't know, man. You guys aren't even Jets fans.
So?
Well, I'll invite you next year. I didn't know there was any interest.
No,
I ain't
don't
going to
wanna
a fucking Jets
Not
game.
going to
Get the fuck
You think
out
I
of
am?
here.
Jerks.
Don't invite me to that.
Feel bad. Anyway,
You are a piece of shit, though.
I mean, yeah, thanks for the invite.
I know. We are family, you know.
anyway,
Jeez.
So Miami next year? Let's go.
that would be great.
All right.
Yeah, notice Miami, New Orleans,
Cool places.
Nashville. You're not going to Buffalo. You're scared of the cold.
Scared of the cold.
No,
You want to go
I
there?
would like to go.
They're
I would like to
playing
go
every year.
I don't know. I'm a follower. I'm just marching to the beat of somebody else's drum. These plans have been pitched to me. That's why I'm not.
I'd rather
getting-
go somewhere warm anyway.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like,
Same.
But like I said, I would like to go to a game in Buffalo. But whatever, we'll see. It's probably not even going to happen. So,
we're going on a golf trip without you, so
Yeah.
sure.
That's true.
whatever. I don't want to go anywhere.
Yes, you do.
You get on the highway and he just pops out from the back seat.
Sketching on the back.
Hide
Yeah.
into somebody's jump into somebody's luggage.
On the roof rack.
Straps them in under the car.
Yeah. It's like Keanu Reeves in Speed.
I would like to see Josh Allen win a Super Bowl.
Me too.
He's still pretty early in his career.
Yeah, I think-
it's not like the story has been written or anything, but I feel like he always gets so close.
Well, obviously, I don't want to see Pat Mahomes win another one.
Yeah.
And I don't want the
No,
Eagles
so I'm
or
rooting for the
Commanders. The
Pretty easy.
So by
Bills-
default,
Yeah.
Bills all the way.
yeah,
100%.
we'll see. It's probably going to be the Chiefs again because
If the Chiefs win, this will be Mahomes' fourth
Fourth.
Super Bowl already. That's insane.
in a row, right?
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
But fourth overall.
Oh, okay. So 4 out of 5
That's
years.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think it was 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
They take
What year
1
did he
year
get
off.
drafted? 17.
Well,
That's
it's his
It's quite a resume for.
7th year starting, so there's
He played a year behind Alex Smith.
Yeah.
It's quite a resume for somebody who's not that old.
I mean, I wouldn't. The only reason that I root for him is to just so somebody else passes Tom Brady with Super Bowl rings. I think that would make Tom really upset.
that would make Tom upset.
Like super upset.
You're just full of like resentment for anybody who's ever
Yeah.
Been
done the
great.
Giants wrong.
No, I don't care about.
He didn't do
no,
the Giants
no, he
wrong.
didn't do any wrong. The Giants are the only team that stands
Right. Okay.
between
so-
Tom
so
Brady
then
and
what's-
absolute greatness.
So then, what's
Yes.
your qualm?
What?
What's your qualm then?
Because I just,
He just wants
Why
to see
not?
Tom
Yeah.
Brady sad.
yeah, I want to see him sad.
He'd be very upset.
Yeah.
I
Like
used-
Tom Brady figures he's
He's
going to
too
go
happy.
down as the best quarterback ever.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden,
With
Patrick
the
Mahomes
most
came
Super
around.
Bowls
And he's
ever.
like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
That's why he played. That's why he went to the Bucks to beat Patrick Mahomes.
And
He's
he
like,
did.
I got to at least try to get one up on this guy.
and
Yeah.
he did. Yeah. That's pretty
So,
impressive.
you know, even if he does get more rings than me, I could say I did beat him. Heads up.
And that was before. That was like 2 Super Bowls. 3. At that point, Mahomes had only had 1 Super Bowl, or was that before his first even?
No, that was after their first one.
So that was even before like Mahomes was
He had one. though.
Mahomes. Yeah, he had
Yeah,
one,
he
but
had one.
that's not enough to convince somebody that they're actually
No,
going to
of course
threaten
not.
your legacy.
But
Yeah.
now
But
he
if
has
you get 4 in
3
fucking
and
7
now
years,
he
now,
has
yeah, I mean,
4,
who would
and
have thought he was going to win?
They don't look like they're going
Or 8
anywhere,
years?
really. I mean, they're going to have to revamp the team
They're
a little
getting
bit, but
older,
they're
yeah.
15-1 this year. Like they didn't.
Yeah,
I mean, I know they squeaked by a lot of teams, but still,
a win's
15-1. A win's a win.
15 wins. Yeah, I think that's even more impressive. The fact that they were able
they
to
have
win so
they
many
have
games.
all
but-
the experience in the world. They've been there, done that. It's not new to them.
Right.
Not
They
going to get
can-
nervous.
the adversity is probably a good thing because now they know how to win more ways from behind.
Yeah.
You know, they know how to manage a game. Like Andy Reid is just like I think he could be in the conversation for the best coach of all time by the time it's all said and done.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to a Super Bowl when he was in Philly.
Yes.
Never won.
And he's been to 4 now with the Chiefs. This is if they go, this would be 5 with them.
Is it 5 or 4? No, but
did they lose?
He won 4 already. So
no, they've won 3 Super Bowls, but they went to one. They lost one, so they've been to 4 Super Bowls.
This would be their 5th Super Bowl.
Yeah, 5th in 6 years, something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, big weekend of football to look forward to. So who do you think is going to win? The Chiefs? Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl if you had to?
Bills.
I know you want the Bills to win.
I'm going with the Bills anyway.
Yeah. You think it's their time?
Yeah, I think Josh Allen has like the ultimate chip on his shoulder right now, and his team's pretty gritty. I don't know.
What's especially impressive is that I think their expectations for the Bills coming into the season were a little bit lower. You know, they lost Stephon Diggs, they lost Gabe Davis, so their 2 top receivers. All of a sudden, Khalil Shakir, who was on the team, he was like their slot guy, kind of just out of nowhere develops into a reliable target.
I think Josh Allen had to get smarter too, because he didn't have to rely. Past couple of years, he had guys he could rely on.
Yeah.
So now he had to play a lot smarter. He couldn't just throw the ball up. He's like, oh no.
That comes with added pressure. I think that's even more impressive. Like their defense is not as good as it was in years past.
No.
And he's got less weapons on offense, and he's probably having best season of his career.
Yeah. The least amount of turnovers he's ever had. So it's Josh Allen's time.
I hope so. I'd like to see him win. And he seems like a good guy. You know, obviously.
Do it for the boys. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know him personally, but on the Bob Does Sports golf thing.
Oh, yeah.
He just seems like
good guy.
Good guy, yeah.
Pat Mahomes not a good guy.
Oh, I mean, he's just a geek. I wouldn't say he's not a good guy. I don't know.
On a football field, he's weak. He's soft. He's soft like baby shit.
Yeah.
You know, flopping.
Yeah, I mean,
looking for calls. Josh Allen's
that's what happens when you get the calls.
Josh Allen's looking for laterals to fucking score touchdowns.
I guess he's like the LeBron.
No, he just runs through people.
That's it.
Yeah, he's a beast. Interesting MVP race this year.
So Allen, Jackson,
Josh Allen,
I guess
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
No.
Saquon Barkley.
Derek Barkley. I mean,
Derek
Henry.
Barkley.
Yeah.
Derek Henry.
Well, Derek Henry's
Derek
out
Barkley.
because of Saquon.
It's Saquon, Lamar, or Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Well, Derek Henry
Josh
has
Allen
like
ever been
1,800
MVP?
yards.
I don't think so. Has he?
What?
Has Allen ever been MVP? I don't think he has.
Lamar Jackson's already 2-time MVP, right?
Yeah, I don't think he has.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's Lamar again, honestly.
You think?
I think so. Because it's not like playoff stats.
No.
It's going into the playoffs. So.
Yeah, no. The regular season. I don't know.
All right, that's a lot of football.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I just want to call out Kennedy real quick.
Oh, yeah, please.
Again?
Yes.
On the bet?
Yes.
Yeah.
On the bet.
Yeah. Come on.
So in true Kennedy form, he reaches out to us on Saturday asking if we want to do a rather be golfing.
This is why I didn't want to be in it.
Yeah. He was very distressed that you wouldn't
He was.
answer.
Yes. So Josh had no interest, and I guess this is the reason why. So we ended up doing a 3-team parlay. He asked us what we want to do, me and Kopi respectively, and I said that I was eyeing Kenneth Gainwell over 9.5 yards rushing for the Eagles. And then about, I don't know, probably halfway through the Eagles game, at this point were the other 2 legs.
So no,
that game had right?
No, that game we had Saquon over 100 yards, which obviously
he doubled.
Hit. Gainwell, we discussed Saquon over 100 yards, Kenneth Gainwell 9.5 yards.
Was the other one Shakir?
And Khalil Shakir over 60.5.
Yeah.
So obviously Saquon hits. We have Gainwell has the 1 carry for 10 yards, and we start discussing. Was today's game on a separate? We had some other bets that we had been discussing. Didn't know if they were on the same ticket or not. And that's when Kennedy then tells us that he put it in for Kenneth Gainwell 10.5 yards.
No, he didn't even tell us. I saw that he screenshotted the
he didn't say it?
The bet slip. Okay. Yeah. No, he didn't even. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think
That's right. That's right.
He would have like petitioned a.
You're right.
He would have
did
emailed a
say-
complaint or something.
He sent the screenshot and then he said, "Yeah, these bets are hitting." And then you said, "Well, I wanted it at 9.5. You got it at 10.
That was
You know,
pretty
this is
clear,
going to
over
come.
9.5,
Like
yeah.
Was it straight
this
10
is
or
going to
10
come
and a
back
half?
and yeah.
It was 10 and
It was
he
10
placed
and
the
a
bet
half.
at 10.5.
Yeah.
You know, the line shifted, but still, you could still place an alternative bet or whatever.
You did say 9.5.
Yeah, I said 9.5. So my thought when I made the bet was that maybe the Eagles would jump out ahead, and then in the second half they would play a little cautious, and the game script would allow Gainwell to get some more work.
Yeah.
That's not what happened. It was a close game, and they needed Barkley on the field for pretty much every snap in the second half. So that one rush ended up being Gainwell's only rush. He got 10 yards
10 yards
exactly.
on the one run.
Exactly. I mean, he's like, it was funny because once we realized that it was 10.5, did you know this or are you just learning this?
No, I read the group chat for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, he's gonna get one more yard."
No,
Yeah, that's
like
what's
it was
funny.
a certainty.
Yeah, it's like, are you watching the game? Like, this is a close game. They're not going to put Kenneth Gainwell in and give him
He got
the
that
ball.
one touch and that was
Yeah.
it. He was never to be seen again.
Yeah, not unless they went up by multiple scores or something. And then he's like all surprised. How is he not in the game? How is Barkley still in the game? Like these are every snap is pretty much like a season deciding snap. Like you have Saquon Barkley on your roster. You have to give him the ball. Nobody's giving, and he's like mystified. Like why is Gainwell not? Because that's who we have for the bet.
Yeah.
Like he can't look at things objectively.
Oh my god! But it's just so amazing that it was one rush
Of
for
course,
10 yards.
yes, yes.
So
Well,
you
it was
guys thought
10 and a half.
like if you didn't look at the bet slip, you guys thought you hit already
Yeah.
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
that one rush.
Yeah, that. And then Shakir went off. I mean, he easily had over the 60 yards. It wasn't to win a lot of money, but it's just the point. Like,
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
won.
It would have been like $100 each,
yeah,
but
you fucked it up.
It's the principle of it all. But he did, he did, accept responsibility for the blunder. He said it's on him.
Did say that was
which
on him,
actually
so,
did surprise me.
Yeah.
Showed a little bit of humility there.
If he does ask to collect, I'm sending him that message back. So
I don't think he expects.
No.
Yeah, I think he's willing to
Hmm?
to accept this one as he should. But if nothing else, a funny story. Obviously,
It is pretty
that
funny.
1 yard is what determines it. And
yeah, double check your bets before you place them.
He's gonna get one more yard. I know it. I know it.
Dude, he's gonna get it. Come on.
trying to like convince himself like that's gonna
He's like looking
that's
at
gonna
the
make
ratios.
it more.
He's like 23-1 carries. What's going on? What about equality?
why is this
It's like,
happening?
dude, season is on the line. They're not giving it to Kenneth Gainwell.
It's averaging 10 yards a carry. You
Yeah,
should.
yeah, right.
Yeah, it's funny. After he got that carry, I even sent like a check mark. I was like, "Oh, all right, my end of the deal is done."
Yeah.
And then afterwards,
Nope.
I think I just kind of saw it by mistake. And anyway, funny if nothing else. Funny
That's
story.
pretty funny.
All right, we can move on from NFL.
Yeah.
Talked about college football. We could talk about golf. There's a lot of golf stuff to catch
A lot of
up
golf.
on.
lot of golf
We
stuff.
played golf.
You play golf?
We golf.
We did not our best performance this past week, week 3.
No.
Not the best.
But
We're getting worse every week. It's not good.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a trajectory we want to be on.
But I'm hitting the ball well.
Yeah.
I only really had 2 bad holes. But double and a triple, not great.
Yeah.
Those blow up holes will get you.
They will get you, especially in 9 holes.
I've made a triple in 2 of the 3 weeks, and that just. But in match play, it doesn't hurt you too much. It's match play, so you
No.
can't really blame it on that.
Well, we still tied. You lost?
We tied. You lost yours. Yeah, you lost
I
Fra-
did, yeah.
Frank.
Frank the Tank.
Yeah,
Beat the hell out of me.
Tank.
He said it says he's an 8 handicap. I'm not so sure about that. The guy was obliterated, and
That's why he was playing well.
Yeah.
he was just like
Swing oil.
a machine. Yeah, he played really well. I was like, this guy an 8 handicap. Not so sure. So he beat me straight up by a lot, actually.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they start the league off right. They all got a transfusion to start off the league.
yes, I think that's maybe what we were missing.
Then they had like 3 buckets of beer.
Could be.
They were putting them down. Yeah, good guys.
Good
It was a
guys.
good time this week. Yeah.
What was their team name?
Slices
Slices
right.
right.
Slices right.
Yeah.
Slices right.
Yeah, good guys.
Yeah. So aside from the poor,
How many
performance
screens
we
is
had,
that? That's
So I didn't even realize that was the case, but
Yeah.
once he said that, it
Makes
actually
sense, right? I
puts,
know. I never even thought of
it makes it a little bit easier to
The
assess.
big math guy, Rain Man over here. You
I-
should know.
Yeah. So I guess apparently from
30-foot putt is
the
two-
mat
two
to the screen
screens.
is 16 feet.
Yeah.
And it sort of makes it easier to
gauge a
quantify.
shorter putt for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, in the past, I was just kind of guessing.
going
And
on
sometimes I
feel.
would blast
Yeah.
it by. Sometimes,
Yep. I did that a few times. The other day.
but that was definitely helpful. I feel like my pace putting was a little bit better after that. So hopefully that helps in future weeks.
I hope I start putting like this in real life because I'm putting pretty well. I'm not dropping a lot of putts, but the speed is
You're right there.
perfect.
You're right there
Yeah.
a bunch of times. I mean, your lip outs. It's crazy.
Of course, aiming on the sim is a lot easier than
Yeah.
life.
It's funny when you're crouching down to alter the aim relative to the hole, left or right. It looks like you're reading the green. We're like,
Yeah.
what is this guy doing?
I mean-
reading a screen.
It's so much easier to do it when you drop down.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get low, I can see it.
I know. I don't like hitting it with the club or anything like that. It's a lot
That
easier.
too. I'm like,
It is.
I hit it with the club, then it goes too far, then I
Yeah,
gotta go back.
I know.
I'm like, I gotta do slight touches,
Yeah.
It's annoying.
There's no issues really with the simulator. It's pretty dependable, except I guess with my wedge shots, I hunch over the ball or something.
Yeah.
And it doesn't
You crowd that whole area and
Yeah, it
Doesn't
only
pick it
happens
up.
to you. It happened in Great South Bay too.
I don't know.
you're so goddamn tall, and then you just lean over it and you
I'm
cast a
not
giant
that-
shadow.
I'm not that tall. I'm not like freakish.
Well, that's what's happening.
I'm
Though.
not freakishly tall or anything. Well, I guess when I
You're
think
not like
my-
Baron Trump
No.
towering over
No,
everybody.
No, I'm not. You guys act like I'm, 7'3" or something. I don't know. Maybe that's pointing
How
out a
tall are
flaw
you?
with my 6'2".
Okay.
It's pretty, not that tall.
Yeah.
But maybe it's pointing out a flaw in my posture with my wedges. Maybe. Probably
Maybe you're too hunched.
something I need
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
I mean, the
address.
club is a lot smaller,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
True.
maybe
Maybe you need a longer.
you got to bend your knees.
I
A
might
little
have
more.
to.
You're a
I
little
think
too,
so. I hit a few shots after we were done playing, and I was testing out some different methods. I kind of stood a little bit more upright and bent my knees, and it was better. And I didn't have any issues with the ball registering off the club face. So now on, we try that, and hopefully that works. But it's still early in the season. We haven't played golf in a while. It's the dead of winter.
And we're in fourth
we're
place.
still kind of in
Yeah,
the trial
4th out of
period.
16, not bad.
I mean, if you're not first, you're last, but it's all right.
Yeah.
I think it would benefit us at some point to maybe do another, like we did week 1, where we rent the sim before.
You want
Just
to
to
get all
get a-
crazy?
Couple extra hacks in.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes a difference. Getting a full, can't do it every week, obviously, but getting a full warm up makes a difference.
I know. I have to go to work straight afterwards. It's kind of rough.
That is rough. Yeah, half the weeks we're not even done by 10 o'clock. What time do you have to leave? 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock is ideal.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess it depends.
I mean, this week we were cruising, and then we kind of slowed down, I think, towards the end.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean,
it was fast.
we're gonna have to make a
fast
point to like show up at 6:30 too, because they were warm. They were like warmed up already.
Those guys, yeah, they were done.
Yeah.
And I got there like 6:35. They were all there.
So you could. I thought that there was only like 15 minutes that you could. But you
So
could
did
get
I.
half
It
hour.
depends on if somebody really rented that sim, I guess, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Like the first week that we were there, they were kind of kicking us out about 6:30, I guess, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And also, as people get more used to the process, and I think that generally the rounds will be a little
Yeah,
bit
it gets
quicker.
quicker. Yeah.
So you should be okay, I would think.
I mean, there's not too many times where you really got to get in the weeds about where you're aiming and stuff like that, unless you're in the woods. Like
Rip.
we had the 2 scenarios yesterday,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it
that
gets.
you just got to punch out at that point. I mean, some of those bad spots.
I mean, it just really, I think, like course management or sim management, whatever you want, it plays a big factor.
Yeah.
You pointed out at one point, like, where are you aiming? It's only 250 to the end of the fairway.
Yeah.
You're hitting it, 280 or whatever. And
Yeah, you hit a perfect drive, but
it happens a
Fucking
lot.
went straight into the woods.
I'm holding my pose. I think it's perfect, and then it just
No.
sails into the woods. Like, what the hell
What
happened?
did I do?
You got to be a little smarter.
No,
I
you
guess.
got to pick your line.
Yeah. But hopefully that part will come around. So much of my lost strokes is
Yeah, especially half the par threes. They're not that long.
No,
They're
they're
like
pretty short,
350.
got to get better week to week.
Yep.
Not make stupid mistakes. But I think with the handicapping, I think that I was in trouble. I wasn't going to beat. I think he shot 2 over or something, and he was getting 5 strokes. I was going to have a hard time beating him. But it's a long season. What are we
Yeah,
doing?
it's a totally
What
different
are you doing
ballgame
over
with
there?
this.
Sorry, I have to fucking wake up for work all the time.
Well, is it every half hour you have that on?
Yeah.
It's very unprofessional.
Sorry.
Extremely.
And then I forget to turn it back on. Then I fucking don't wake up for
Then you
work.
wake
Then
up.
my baby can't get fed. And then
It's a problem.
it's a problem.
I hear you, but
It's not great. But if that was anybody else, we would be scolded, and
yeah.
there would be probably a large paragraph sent in the group chat about unnecessary sounds.
Well, it's a good thing I run this operation.
Yeah.
So it's all right.
Can't yell at yourself. I issued a pardon to myself. It's okay.
Pardon. All right. Pull a little Biden on it. Pardon.
Did you guys watch the TGL? I think actually the third week is going on right now as we speak.
It's all right.
It is.
What do you guys think so far?
I just wish it wasn't a blowout,
Yeah.
Every week?
Both of the weeks. it was-
None of them are good matchups.
which I'm still watching, even if it's a blowout.
Yeah.
So it's not taking me away from it.
But it would be more watchable or more fun to watch.
Yeah, it would be more
obviously.
fun to watch.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was only really fun this week because you had Kisner smacking pins out of the bunker.
Yeah.
Um,
It's funny because when we were looking at the rosters, we were saying how evenly matched all the teams look. Like
Yeah,
there's no
right.
clear winner and
2 blowouts.
2 blowouts. Yeah, it was decided before even the second part of the match. Yeah, Tiger not looking like Tiger. Kisner obviously has not played a ton of golf over the past couple of years. He's focused more on the broadcast booth. And yeah.
And this week you have no Tiger. It's the third week. Let's see how many people actually watch it this week. You know, I didn't see the ratings for last week.
They were really good the first week.
First week they were really
Last week with Tiger, I assume that they were.
good. Yeah, I'm
very
sure
good.
they were good.
But yeah, the ratings were very good from what I read.
It should be interesting. I thought they were going to have Rory play this week.
He hasn't played yet, right?
No, and New York's playing again.
Yeah, I don't know
Against
how to decide
Atlanta,
on
I
that.
think.
But yeah, Atlanta. This is Atlanta's first match. Are you looking up the score?
Who's playing this week?
Atlanta and New York.
Yeah.
I know Atlanta has JT, Horschel, Cantlay, Lucas Glover.
Don't look it up. I'm going to watch back later.
But I didn't really know what to expect, and definitely, I think, more interesting, more promise than I expected. I think that it's got real potential. Obviously, it's still early. They've got a lot of, things they have to figure out along the way, and they got to determine what works, what doesn't, and I'm sure they'll make necessary adjustments as it goes on year to year or whatever. But it's definitely interesting,
Like I'm kind of still on the take from Frankie from Barstool, but like he really got my attention when he was saying it. Like the graphics, I thought should be way better.
Yeah.
It should be like you're opening up a gate to a different world.
Yeah, it should be like virtual reality almost.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, no,
3D,
they're not
4D,
much. They're
3D.
not much better than what we're playing.
No, they're like the
on our
natural sim
Yeah,
graphics.
yeah.
But that's something that I feel like would be an easy change, and it wouldn't be that expensive to upgrade.
No, and the amount of money they already put into it.
right. But who knows? Maybe they'll make that. They'll change that in the future.
Like I feel like the graphics at X Golf are better than the graphics on that. Like I
Probably
feel like the
not.
ball movement and stuff
Yeah.
is way better on X Golf than.
And you can actually see the ball on X Golf, right? Like I feel like sometimes you don't know where the ball
Yeah,
is flying exactly on the
It's-
TGL.
it's actually the same full swing as what we use at Great South Bay.
Yeah,
I wonder if the graphics were exactly the same and we don't
Maybe.
fucking know. Imagine
Could
you
be.
just do
It's pretty
stock
bad.
graphics for it.
Yeah, I
That'd
know.
be-
You'd think they'd have some better stuff.
That'd be unreal. Like the tech guy you can get for that, like
Yeah,
should be like GTA 6.
exactly. Yeah, you could have somebody draw. Make some much better graphics.
I'm really impressed by the technology in the putting green.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they just
Yeah, that's
change
fucking
it,
insane.
rotate
That's sick.
it. Like they have these things underneath the green pushing it up to
That technology is pretty crazy. Yeah, the like silver, they're like discs, like probably
Yeah.
bigger than this.
and they
but
could just modify it
700
to
of
look
them?
like any green,
Yeah.
basically.
That's nuts.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah, but it's early, it's still kind of in like a trial period basis. There's things that they gotta figure out along
yeah.
the way.
Just hopefully it gets more competitive. You're gonna rely on these guys being funny the whole time, or like
that only
they
it
just,
only
like,
gets you
let-
so far.
Yeah.
they're not really into every shot. It feels like.
Yeah, and they're playing for a lot of money, but I mean, you do want to see them a little bit laid back or whatever. But everybody's watching golf for the competitive nature of it, and if that element's missing, it's going to be hard to really latch on to it. But like we said, it's kind of all the matches have been kind of one-sided so far. So maybe if there's one, inevitably it'll happen. But when there's a match that comes down to the last few holes, maybe that's when we'll see kind of the competitive spirit. The one guy who really, and you would expect this, who really was, showing frustration with bad shots, and he had quite a few of them, was Tiger.
Yeah.
That's how you become Tiger.
Well, again,
you're
too,
that
like,
competitive.
was the technology fucked up when he, like, there's a couple wedge shots in the beginning where he missed the green by like 30 yards.
Maybe. Yeah.
Kopi's dying over here.
You're right.
I don't know. We need a golf button over here.
Do you have?
You need a
the,
break? Need a break here?
I'm okay.
Do you have the new virus?
What?
Did I get you sick?
You might have.
You probably did. See?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not even sick anymore.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Passed it to me.
No, it wasn't me.
Probably
Who would
was
it
you.
have been?
I don't think it was.
It was definitely you.
No, I wasn't contagious.
How do you know?
There
I
you go.
told you.
And this guy touched my baby.
Listen,
I stayed away from the baby.
I'm not sick. I wasn't sick.
He sounds sick.
I'm
We're
not.
sick, and now you got me sick.
You got a pregnant wife at home.
Yeah.
Maybe your wife
She's
got
gonna
you
get
sick.
sick.
Because she's been sick.
I don't
She
think
has
it,
been sick.
I still don't think it was me. Did you just start feeling sick?
A few days ago.
So
Oh,
that, a few days ago, that
Oh,
that
man.
exonerates me.
Yeah.
A few days ago, happy
No,
to
but
me. We haven't done the pod in 2 weeks.
Shit.
2 weeks.
I was
But
told-
I see you at. Sorry.
There's a lot of
I see
people
you
out
at X
there.
Golf every week. Probably last Tuesday.
There's a lot of people out there that come in that you come in
You got
contact
me
with.
sick. You got me sick
Last
last Tuesday.
It's not me. It could have been anybody.
Yeah. No, I know. I felt.
Since it was
I felt
before
a slight
yesterday,
scratch in my throat like Friday.
it's the season. Everybody's getting sick.
I had a good run though.
Fucking
I
11
haven't gotten
degrees
sick
outside.
in a while.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? Oh, what were we talking about?
We were talking
Sorry
about
about
the
that, yeah.
TGL's whatever before he started.
Oh, yeah.
Having-
Oh, yeah. So,
Dying.
yeah. Like, Tiger Woods doesn't miss wedge shots by 30 yards.
Yeah, that's the one part of his game that doesn't really deviate with his injuries. Is his short.
Oh,
game.
Mike, he seems so shocked about it, too. He's like,
Was it a
Like,
greenside wedge?
Could be
shot,
the
or was
computer.
it-
was it a 115-yard shot?
Oh, so a full swing shot.
Yeah.
So with the screen, you're
So,
saying, yeah.
But they were at the shorter setup. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? There's two different setups.
Yeah. Uh huh.
There's a couple of guys that I think went over.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's got to be some kind of standard deviation
Well, like,
or error,
you have-
standard error.
Yeah, but people are betting on this.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
I was
You can
trying
bet
to
on
find
this.
odds. I couldn't find them.
So that's sketchy.
So you think? I guess I could
Actually,
see that,
where
but
have people bet though?
I'm not sure where you can
bet
bet it. It's probably a fucking. You definitely can. Maybe on like their website or something. I don't know.
Maybe. I never saw anything on like FanDuel or DraftKings.
But they show odds like when you're.
there's like
actually-
do.
futures odds or something, something along.
Oh,
but
is
yeah,
it?
on the during the coverage they show odds. Yeah, I don't know. They probably have to establish like there's no precedent. There haven't been, there's no history where they could really make odds that they're confident or, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
There's
like,
nothing to base their odds on, so they're probably not.
again, too,
comfortable
like
putting out
imagine
odds.
these guys are in a championship week and fucking the sim
breaks, yeah,
fucks up.
or yeah.
Like you
I-
pipe a drive, all of a sudden it goes fucking
Well, that's one
50
of the
yards to the right.
That's one of the
Which-
downsides with with this format. I guess where you're playing a simulator, there's going to be some kind of, you have to allot for some kind
know,
of
you can't-
technical.
You can't make it
Error or
fucking perfect, but
whatever.
you gotta try. I mean, they got cameras everywhere.
Yeah,
I don't know how it fucking reads it, but
I don't know. That's something that they're going to have to.
you think it's boosted a little
Address.
bit too?
What, like distance?
Yeah.
No.
I doubt
No,
it.
because they're playing for millions of dollars. They don't want to have any of their. They want to go in thinking that
They know their yardages
It's
and
accurate,
everything. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I would think.
Those guys
Fine.
benefit far more from true accurate yardage than they do from getting an
Yeah.
extra 10 yards with the
'Cause, like-
driver. That doesn't even really mean anything.
Yeah,
to
but
them.
like Xander Schauffele, like carrying 330, like,
These guys are professional golfers.
I
They
guess,
go a long
but-
way. I mean,
but
maybe
carrying like 330, like
That's pretty crazy.
That's like ridiculous.
330 carry.
I don't know. Was it downwind or downhill?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I think
Do
maybe,
they have wind?
We do.
I think
I
they
know.
do. I'm pretty sure.
I feel like I haven't seen wind. But you would think there'd be
I haven't
wind. It would be
noticed
something.
it, yeah.
It'd be too easy without wind. I don't know. Like I said, they're gonna have to make adjustments along the way, and it's not gonna be perfect. Certainly not right away. But from what I see so far, I was skeptical when hearing about the concept initially, like who's going to want to watch a bunch of guys hit into a simulator. But I think that the potential is there based on what I see. You know,
Yeah. I just want to see if it's going to last.
It's not perfect, but
like, are you going to have all the top golfers playing every year?
well, I mean, as long as it doesn't influence or impact their schedule for the.
No,
if
it's this time of year, then it works out. I mean, there's no real other time of year that you could do it.
Well,
right?
Xander Schauffele's actually hurt. He's not playing this week, so.
Oh, he's not.
I guess he's not playing in a TGL.
Oh, no, he's not. I saw, yeah. I don't know. Look, this business model was designed to compete with LIV. I already think it's more visual. It's more, it's better to.
Yeah, it's just faster paced, and I mean, it's not real golf. It's golf, but it's not real golf. It's
they're
way
trying
quicker.
They're trying to make it more, there's music playing. They're trying to make it more intimate for the setting. I think that all the positive elements that it's trying to use LIV's own model against them, I think it's succeeding. It's an easier to watch. I think is Scott Van Pelt the play-by-play guy? Like he's, I like his.
He's
work.
not the play. No.
Oh, he does the after.
Yeah.
I guess after. I like it so far.
Me too.
Yeah.
Definitely tickles my fancy. I enjoy it.
And the PGA.
Hopefully, they bring a shot clock to the PGA because this past week was insane how long it took.
I saw that one of the groups, this is at the American Express, right?
Yeah.
One of the groups played like 10 holes in 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They said the 2 football games were shorter than playing 18 holes.
Yeah, it's too much. Nobody wants to watch that.
No, who's going to sit there for 6.5 hours, 7 hours?
Yeah, nobody wants to watch that. And then it kind of, they got people playing behind them and it kind of throws off their game. Like, it's just not good for anybody.
No.
But yeah, the season is kind of ramping up a little bit. We had the American Express.
You're going to start watching now?
I think it's this is the time of the year.
Now's
when
the time.
Might turn it on, yeah.
I'm going to start watching. Sepp Straka won that by 2 shots over Justin Thomas. He didn't have his best season last year, so maybe it's a sign of things to come for JT, and he's kind of.
I know, he's been playing pretty well.
Form. After a down year.
I want to see Kopi do well.
Yeah, trying.
Oh, I get it.
I
don't really.
Gotta get my average.
I don't see the
driving yards.
I don't see the JT.
I don't know. Some people have said that.
I gotta see it. I mean, when this was shorter,
When what was shorter?
the double chin.
Oh, when I had less of a double chin.
I thought you were doing facial hair.
Yeah, I gotta go.
You gotta grow the beard out.
Yeah, maybe.
Are you allowed to?
Yeah.
All right.
I could grow a beard out. I don't like it though.
No.
Once it gets to like a certain point, it's just I guess you just gotta fight through it.
Gets
The
itchy.
itch.
Gotta get the oil, bro.
Yeah.
I use that
What
one
oil
time.
do you use?
I don't know. I just got some shit off Amazon. Forgot what it was called.
Got
But it was pretty good.
The Diddy
Smelled
Diddy
good.
oil.
Diddy oil? You use the Diddy oil?
Yeah.
Extra flammable.
Put some extra oil on that.
So the next week we've got the Farmers at Torrey Pines, or this week I guess. And then in a couple weeks the Waste Management, Genesis after that. So season is starting to gear up.
I think they were talking about moving to Genesis.
They don't.
When?
They don't. The venue or the
The venue.
yeah. They don't know where it's going to be yet or something.
Yeah. 'Cause it's right by the fires.
Right,
Oh,
somewhere in
yeah.
California. That's some crazy shit. The fires. Apparently, that whole thing started.
They're saying it's arson.
Is that's what they're saying? It was
Yeah,
calculated.
they're
Because
saying
I read that there were looters, or I heard that there were looters and stuff who were actively contributing to the fire to sustain it, and make it keep
keep burning.
But when it actually started, I heard that it was. This could be wrong. This is weeks ago. I heard this was that
Apparently, there were like fires that were started in like strategic places.
really.
To make it like right where the wind was blowing, like right into the Palisades.
Yeah.
Crazy shit. Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. Some fucked up people out there, but it just wiped out an entire community. It's just not there anymore.
It's like a bomb went off.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
You know?
Scary shit. Yeah, that's really scary. Like, imagine just driving on the highway and it's just the apocalypse on either side of the highway. It's just totally burning.
And it just
down.
happened so fast. Like it was like 3 football fields in like a matter of seconds.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's terrible. It's dangerous. Like, these wildfires are once they get started, it's just so hard to.
And they had no water in the reserve, like at all.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, the hydrants just didn't work. Right?
Just didn't work. That's so crazy.
It's a miracle that they were able to contain them. They were able to. A lot of overhead.
You got your tinfoil hat?
Yeah.
It doesn't come off. It's always on.
It's always on.
Yeah. We needed Kennedy with his, years of firefighting experience to.
Very true.
Yeah.
They should have brought him in.
I have none.
No.
Well, you're retired.
I'm retired now.
Yeah.
I can't talk about it.
No.
Okay, what else we got in golf news? The Live TV deal that was agreed upon. The terms have not been disclosed or finalized, but
I'm going to be a Live fan now.
That's a big thing for them, though.
Fox Sports is
it's FS1, right?
Yeah,
the American tournaments, at least the ones that are America, they're going to air.
It's a reputable.
Yeah. It's better than the CW, which if you live around here, it's not even on. Well, it's back now, but it was off Optimum. You couldn't even see it.
Oh, really? It was off Optimum?
It was that and MSG, and then I think CW came back. I believe MSG's not back, but.
Yeah, you had Randall Chambly, longtime Live critic, making his thoughts about the deal public, saying that pretty much just shit talking Live like he always does, saying the money comes from the sewer, the same old talking points, which everybody's making a big deal out of. First of all, everybody knows what he thinks about Live. It's nothing new. Second of all, these personas, they have a career based on having controversial opinions or divisive opinions. Kind of like Skip Bayless. Like, he would say ridiculous stuff because
way.
Obviously it's not the same, but he would say ridiculous stuff because it was good for...
Yes, it's ratings.
Yeah.
That's his shtick.
Same thing with any political pundit or anything. Yeah. You have to... Sometimes you got to say crazy stuff to...
Yeah. Get your name out there, go viral.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what people respond to, yeah.
You should jump through a table
in
Buffalo to go viral.
What does this have to do with anything?
We're just trying to go viral, bro.
Just go viral.
Jump through the table now. We'll put you through this one. Fuck it. I'll buy a new one.
This is solid oak.
You could do it.
This is not a folding table.
We'll bring my brother in and he'll throw you through
the table. Just suplex you through that.
Maybe a few weeks ago I could have. I don't know if you guys have heard, I've lost about 26 pounds.
I think I heard like 100 times.
That'll be easier for him to pick you up then and smash you through it.
Yeah.
More
force.
No?
Try later.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop.
You could do it. Yeah, I was just going to say that guy would do it. That guy would do it. Why won't you?
This is solid
oak.
You could be the whoop whoop guy.
For all the juggalos and
jigglettes. Jiggalos and jigglettes.
That guy's insane.
Didn't that guy jump on like barbed wire or something?
Yeah,
more than that. Anything that you can jump through.
Like a fridge.
Look, I might like to go through a white folding table in Buffalo just to say I've done it. I have no interest in being thrown through an oak table in your basement. Doesn't do anything for me. I don't even think the ratings would be that good.
Yeah, but it'd be awesome.
It'd be funny.
And fun for you guys, maybe. Yeah,
we would view it
like,
a
here
lot.
comes a boom.
And then you just get boomed right through it.
Yeah, boom. Yeah.
Wow, a boom reference.
Wait a second. Would you do it if we got AJ?
Big Justice did it.
No, not Big Justice is the kid. So it is confusing if you're not familiar. Yeah. Big Justice is the child.
If you're not a fan,
but he's 25 pounds lighter. Big Justice can lift him now.
True.
You could do it.
AJ, if AJ was to put you through this table, would
it get 5 big booms?
It would.
But would you let him do it?
I think I'd have to do it for 5 big booms.
I can't believe I did this. Yeah. I can't believe I brought it up.
You brought up AJ.
I did bring it up. Yeah.
I think I would.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah, I would.
I would see a dumb video on the group chat every fucking week.
They keep making hits, dude.
It's the same video over and over again.
It's a different.
It's.
Have you seen their new music video?
No, please.
It's fantastic. I'll show it to you later.
Well, let's talk.
No,
it's just a different version of bringing the boom.
I don't think the listeners want to listen about AJ and Big Justice anymore.
I think everybody wants to listen about that.
I don't think they do.
They're international superstars.
We should get the Rizzler on.
We should. How long is their gravy train going to last? Do you think this is going to last forever? Or do you think
I don't know.
They do the same thing
but
over and over.
But I'm thinking at least in like a decade, there's going to be like a behind the scenes, like true crime kind of documentary about
something's going to happen.
Like, it's going to come out like, something, I don't know.
Something crazy is going to happen.
It's going to go downhill.
Yeah, Big Justice is going to kill AJ.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen.
Jesus.
Yeah, the Rizzler's going to snap.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
bound to happen.
It's kind of messed up. I mean, I'm not going to pretend to know the inner workings of their relationship, but I don't know.
It just seems like one of those things you're going to read about.
Yeah,
10 years
yeah,
from now,
it
and be
does,
like, oh
yeah.
shit, that was fucked up.
Like, these are kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have a normal childhood.
He doesn't even go to school.
They're making money now and everything, but
I mean, they're not doing anything. I mean, everything's stupid, but
No, it's not.
but they're not doing anything crazy.
No, you're not.
but they go out in public, and they can't go out in public without the kid
without bringing the boom.
The kid can't. Well,
Yeah, I know.
they always bring the boom, but the kid can't go to.
True. I mean,
know.
not gonna lie, if my dad made me do that stupid dance over and over again,
Yeah.
The kid can't go to like a playground or whatever kids do without some asshole
I
saying,
don't think that
"Bring
kid's
the
going to
boom,"
play. Yeah.
or whatever. Can't go to wherever he would go, Burger King or whatever, without some
Costco to
without
eat chicken bake.
without some asshole yelling,
Yeah.
"Bring the boom!"
Bring the
well, I'm
boom.
sure. I'm sure he loves it now, but
Yeah.
it's gonna get old.
I don't know. I don't know if he still loves it. I feel like it's probably he probably loved it initially, and now it's been.
Have you seen the behind the scenes video where like the dad's keeps correcting him? He's getting the wrong.
I've seen a couple of them. Yeah, he's like getting mad at the kid, and the kid looks like he's about to cry.
Like, Dad.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay.
So it is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Terrible, terrible.
Yeah.
Leave the kids alone.
Let the kids
be kids. Exactly.
It's weird.
And then it's gonna get to like right now. AJ's control. This is complete speculation on my behalf. I shouldn't even be saying any of this, but AJ is obviously controlling all of the finances and everything.
Yeah.
And then it gets to a point where, Big Justice gets old enough where he's like, well, I deserve half of this money.
Yeah.
And then it's all of a sudden there's dissension in the family and
Mama Justice wants her half.
there's a lawsuit.
I mean,
and Mama Justice ends up, having an affair with
100%.
Rizzler's dad. And
definitely.
it's just,
That's where it's going.
it's just a long documentary.
It's gonna be on Netflix. 10 years from
Yeah,
now.
I feel like she's gonna end up with like Pat Perez or something.
Pat Perez, that'd be quite a downgrade from his ex-wife.
Jeez.
Pat Perez, that's wild.
Of all people. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. It just popped in my head.
Pat Perez and Mama Justice.
Yeah.
Mama Justice does kind of look like Pat Perez.
So maybe that's why they love her.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she does.
She does. Yes. That could have been like a subconscious comparison there.
Poor AJ.
Yeah.
I don't even know what she looks like, honestly.
She
I
looks
don't
like
watch the
she looks
videos.
like Pat Perez.
Mama Justice. Damn.
All right. I think we covered most of the golf, most of the football.
We touched on that.
Do you have any question or anything for us? Any?
I don't.
No, that's
I
right.
got nothing.
What are we interviewing him? Do you have any questions for
No,
us?
no. Well, I'm saying he's been
Guess
doing
the
a guess the golfer or
like that.
something.
No.
something.
Oh, that, yeah.
Got nothing this week.
Well, we had 2 weeks to catch up on, so this is sort of a catch up pod.
I'll catch up, Bob.
Skip it this week. In the future, you were talking about maybe doing some kind of daily fantasy.
Oh, yeah. I want to do that. Maybe this week. A little daily fantasy for golf.
Okay.
Face each other.
Now that the NFL season is coming to a
that's
close,
over.
we're not going to be able to do the parlay.
No.
Yeah, put a little money down.
All right.
Fight to the death.
You do that.
Seems excessive, but maybe a good spirited match between friends
Go viral.
for a small amount of
Go
money.
viral.
To death.
To death.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it. So, a couple more weeks for the baby. A couple more months.
Months, bro.
Months.
Yeah.
That'll come quick, though.
Yeah.
I still can't believe
Ready?
you guys are. Do you want to talk about this?
What?
I don't even know.
Oh,
I was going to say, I can't believe you guys are doing just going in, not finding out the gender.
Yeah.
That's
Just going to let it do it the old fashioned way,
that's extreme.
I feel like it does happen a lot, though.
What? Yeah.
People not finding out.
Yeah, because the gender reveal stuff got kind of crazy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do a gender reveal. You could just be like,
Or
hey,
just-
I'm having a boy, or
Exactly.
it's going to be a boy. I need it.
A lot of
to be
people
boy.
think that.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's a boy. So
She's-
we'll set a
she's
line
growing.
as we get closer. We'll set odds and maybe people bet,
Yeah.
and I'll just take all the money that you guys want to pay wager. Gonna need it.
You know that AJ and Mama Justice, they didn't find out the gender. Everybody thought it was going to be a boy. And
Why do you have to go back to that?
And
Why?
and lo and behold, Big Justice was born. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow,
they
great
they
story.
told that story. I haven't seen that clip yet.
I saw it.
Wow.
Oh my!
You did a deep dive
On
on
the-
the Costco guys.
We're trying to get off this topic. Talk about something else. Like
Well,
real
you
life.
started it up. You don't. Once
I've seen
can't
alternate people obviously now make something for everything, but I saw a Walmart guys one. I sent it to you.
Yeah.
There were some creatures. I mean, they were true Walmart people. I don't know. It's pretty weird.
stop. Yeah, people are gonna start.
Eyes were going different ways.
We got to think of ways for us to go viral, but I'm not doing a dumb
I'm
dance.
saying you gotta follow
You might
the
have
proven.
you might have to do a dumb dance.
We might have to bring the boom if we want to go viral. You
Yeah.
know, you gotta.
You-
There's a proven
No, you-
formula for what works. We gotta.
You can't just do the same thing.
Everyone's bringing the boom.
They are. It's not just them.
You bring the boom in your own way.
It's a revolution.
Yeah. They bring the boom every day.
You bring the boom, you don't even know it.
Yeah.
Every time you go spar jiu-jitsu, you're
bringing
bringing
the
the boom. Every
I
time
spar in jiu-jitsu. Like,
Whatever.
you don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't. Every time you enter the octagon,
Dude, every
bringing
time
the
you
boom.
hit a 300-yard drive, you're bringing the boom.
You're goddamn right. You're
Yeah.
bringing the boom.
It's not even a real thing. Like, there used to be a meme back in the day, like, bring the boom. It's like a double mortar
Do you remember
strike.
that guy
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
So I remember that
Yeah.
from MTV. That was what?
What show was that?
That was the one where they like make.
Wait, so AJ stole the boom from somebody else?
Yeah.
So I
stolen.
could not find it on YouTube because I forget the name of the show, but it was like making
Oh, it
MTV where they like they make you into some like they change your life somehow. They had like a guy.
It was like a dating show.
Yeah, something like that.
And the guy was like,
Made. Was it Made? No, I don't know.
I
Was
don't
that one?
Pimp my ride.
Anyway, yeah, this one kid, he's like, down on his luck. He needs to lose some weight. He's not having any luck with the girls. They bring in like this.
Sean Kennedy.
They bring in
that's
like
right.
this personal
Yeah.
trainer kind of guy, right?
to give him advice for
Yeah,
dating
to give him
and stuff
advice
like
for
that.
dating.
I
He's-
don't remember
yeah,
this show.
and he's like, you know what you need, bro? You need the boom.
You need the boom. Yeah.
Just like that, you need the boom. And
Wow.
he shows like the guy this pose or whatever.
He
What
drops
was
the
it?
fucking tricep.
He drops a
on him,
flex,
you know, like-
and he's like, you need a mortar strike.
No, he's the boom.
The boom.
Or you do
But
boom, boom. It's like a double mortar strike.
mortar
you know?
strike, yeah. And he was talking about ordnance and shit, and I was like, "What are you saying, bro?"
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
like
Oh, it has a
60
6-foot ordinance. That's
Yeah.
He meant to say radius,
boom?
but he said
Yeah.
it's got a 6-foot ordinance.
Yeah, so if you're in a
And,
bar like 6 feet around you, like
yeah,
every girl in that
boom.
6 foot radius,
Double mortar strike.
boom.
You just flex the try on them.
It like
They just hop right on your arm.
really
Yeah, and the girls they come right
They
to you, and the
flop.
guy's like, "I guess I'll try the mortar strike."
a 6-foot ordinance.
Yeah, gotta find that video.
It's like fishing with bombs, you know? They just
Yeah.
float up to you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
He was the original.
He was the original boom
I'm
guy.
pretty sure AJ copied it from that guy.
100%.
100%. He saw that.
I
He's a
think
fraud.
This is going to be part of the documentary. He's going to bring a lawsuit if he's not dead. Just sounds like somebody who would make a lot of good life choices.
Significant chance he dies from double chunk chocolate cookies and chicken bake.
Oh man!
We're going to have to end this.
Next, you're going to tell me AJ and Big Justice stole the song from somebody else.
They might,
I'm sure they did.
That's their song. Come on.
they might have.
It's the most simple song ever.
Yeah. We bring the ball.
That's what we
Do.
do. We bring the boom. And bring
You know the
boom to
words. You know all the words.
Because you put a video in a fucking group chat. every fucking-
It's invaded your
and
subconscious
I
like
think
an
you sung it
earwig.
like
It's a
100
worm.
times.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a virus.
Like it or not, it's in there. You know. Next thing you know, you're going to be looking up AJ and Big Justice.
I'm not.
This is how it started with me. Okay.
I think we're doing a.
No, you have
we're
a-
bringing
you have a weak
We're doing
mind.
a boom clip at X Golf next week.
I hated them at
You have a
first.
weak
I
mind.
found them so annoying, and then it got to a point where now it's just like I hate that I love them,
Yeah.
but I love them.
You have no choice
Can't
but to
stop
love
it. Yeah, it's like
Your mind can comprehend math and shiny things.
it's like the new
Stupid song.
pandemic. It's an epidemic. Mental.
Dare I say the boom
I can't believe we're
boomdemic?
still talking about
All
this.
right, let's
All
get
right.
off. Wait,
We're done.
Now we're done because you ruined it.
Well, okay. Before we wrap this up,
I mean, actually, I think. Wait a second.
what you had an epiphany?
Is it possible that Kennedy invented the boom? Because he used to leave off the podcast. Boom.
It's true.
I've thought of that
Boom.
also. Actually,
Oh,
boom.
But
Yeah.
I think he copied it from the MTV guy, and then Big Justice copied it.
I don't know.
I think Kennedy might have rights to boom.
I think we might have to consult
Yeah,
a
I
lawyer
don't know
Yeah.
where the boom came from.
I don't know.
if we
One
can.
episode he just
Yeah,
Boom.
he just did it out of nowhere. I
He
think.
was dropping mortar strikes.
I think we might have grounds for a lawsuit here.
I think we do.
If we go back to 2021 or whenever we started this, 2022,
2, 3, yeah. Well,
show the evidence of that we started the boom.
Yep.
We brought the first boom.
we brought the boom.
The context was a little
It's
different.
like the big bang, the big boom. We're the first.
Right. They didn't bring the boom. We brought the boom.
We already
First.
have the boom.
First, we brought the boom. You can't bring the boom if somebody else brought the boom already.
Yeah.
Then you're just using their boom.
Yeah.
Like then it's just nonsense. It doesn't make it.
We're done.
You can't steal a boom.
We're done.
I think we're
Can't steal
done.
boom.
Can't steal boom.
The fuck were you gonna say?
Real quick, MLB Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Ichiro did not get unanimous induction.
Nope.
He was one vote
One
short,
guy
but
decided that Ichiro didn't deserve it.
yes, probably a World War II veteran or something. But
Do they all like vote in a room? Like, is there like one last guy voting?
I think it's
they don't know who it is.
I think it's
not
secret.
public, right? Yeah,
It's not public.
because whoever it was that didn't vote him in, it's not public knowledge. But
it always comes down to like one vote, like for that unanimous vote.
Well, unanimous.
Because there's one idiot.
Yeah, one guy
the
says
same thing happened
no.
with Derek Jeter. Like
One guy didn't vote for
there'd be more than
Jeter.
one idiot that does that. You know?
No. Wait, Ken Griffey wasn't unanimous?
No, the only unanimous guy was Mariano.
That
Right?
seems stupid.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
because they made a whole point out of it. They're like, we're not going to make anybody unanimous ever.
Yeah.
Maybe they do designate a guy ahead of time. They're like, all right,
What about like Babe
You
Ruth?
definitely do.
you're the guy.
I mean, I guess
Guess not.
You probably rotate.
Willie Mays was not unanimous.
I don't believe anybody besides Mariano Rivera was unanimous.
Seems
Is
a
that
little
not
ridiculous.
accurate?
I think
No,
it's
no,
pretty
you're right.
accurate.
You're right. That is accurate. These people write about baseball for a living, and it's such an obvious choice.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell did not vote Ichiro in. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. He got in on the first ballot. You need 75% to get in.
You need 75%.
Yeah. CC Sabathia.
CC.
Obviously, he's probably going to go in
Ichiro.
as a Yankee, right? He said he wants to go in as a
He's
Yankee.
going to go in as a Yankee with his cap tilted to the side.
I like, what did he do to be a first ballot Hall of Famer? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't really see it either.
First ballot is not a lot of people get in on the first ballot.
He was good.
Maybe even a Hall of Famer. First ballot?
I didn't vote.
Yeah, how many wins does he have?
He's
He
got
doesn't even have
250 or
Does
something
he
like
have
that.
one World Series?
Yeah.
That's it?
With the Yankees.
Yeah, just one.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
Billy Wagner got in. That was his 10th
That was his last. You only get 10
and
tries.
final
Right?
ballot, 82%.
How many
Yeah.
closers are in the.
Carlos Beltran
I guess there's probably
didn't
quite a
make
few.
it.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll get in. I think it was his 8th. Andrew Jones didn't make it. Beltran was just short. So maybe he'll get in. He was like 70% or something, so he's got
He
two
might get
tries
him.
left.
Yeah.
What?
He might get him.
He'll probably, if he was close this time, I don't know what the next induction classes look like, but
Who else got in?
Andrew Jones just missed
I mean,
it too.
CC,
Wagner.
yeah, 251 wins, 3,500 innings.
That's pretty good.
I mean, he compiled the most innings of any pitcher
I'm like,
who has debuted since 1989.
there's going to be no pitchers anymore that get 300 wins.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a different.
I mean, one of only 15 pitchers with at least 3,000 Ks and 250 wins.
I think. It's crazy how much the game, in terms of stats and stuff, has changed in the last, like,
How many wins does Kershaw have?
30 years. That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah. He's got to be close.
He has had a lot of injuries, though, over the years. But that's who I was going to ask, Kershaw.
212.
What about Roy Halladay?
Roy Halladay's career wins, 203.
Who was like the last to do it? Fucking Glavine?
What?
Or-
300 wins.
300 wins?
I would say Glavine.
Does Glavine have 300?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to play on a good team, get run support, and you have to be really good. You have to have a long career.
Greg Maddux, Randy Johnson.
How many? I don't even know how many are on the list.
Glavine on there? I thought Glavine got 300.
Randy Johnson was the last guy to
Really?
retire. Yeah.
I guess it was just Maddox.
24 pitchers with 300 wins.
Glavine's got to be up there. Then.
Tom Glavine has 305.
Oh, he does have 3.
Yeah.
All right.
What about Pedro Martinez?
Pedro Martinez.
Randy Johnson
he doesn't-
retired after Glavine?
I think so.
Yeah, 2 years after.
Oh, wow.
Or a year after, sorry. 1 year after.
It's weird because you're saying, and I agree, it's like I don't really see another pitcher accruing 300 wins, but it's funny because
Pedro
now,
219.
because now it's become such a pitcher's game. Like batting averages are down, you know.
Yeah, but they just
But
don't pitch long
guys
enough.
pitch 5 or 6 innings now, a starter.
True.
I mean, you almost 5 innings isn't even long enough to
That's
get
true.
a win.
Yeah. And even and no pitcher ever pitches beyond 5 or 6 innings until like June.
There was that period. That's talking about CeCe again. Though there was a stretch where that guy pitched complete games all the time when he was on the Indians. Then he got traded to the Brewers. It was right before he came to the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
He'd pitch on short days, rest. I mean, he was just a workhorse. But yeah, nobody does that anymore. I mean, it's all about managing the arms and limiting, inning pitch counts, innings limits.
I wonder how they're gonna, because obviously everything changes. Like how they're gonna compare future stats. Like obviously the win totals, the strikeouts, every statistic is gonna be lower in comparison to historic stats.
Yeah.
Same thing with hitting. Like all of the, like back 30 years ago, the batting title, whoever won the batting title would be hitting like 360, 370.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's like maybe 1 or 2 guys hits over 300. So how do you compare that to the guys that are already in?
It's a different game.
I know. It's going to be tough.
I mean, more guys are hitting home runs than ever. Like your shortstop didn't hit
Right.
20 home runs in a season. Now, that's nothing now.
I don't know, because
Nobody hits for average. It's all power. Everything's power now.
but still, like not a lot of guys are hitting 500 home runs.
No, because you have to you have to do it for a long time. That's playing for 20 years to do that.
How many home runs does Aaron Judge have?
He's got to have 3 something.
How old is he?
He's older.
30?
He's probably
32,
32,
33.
Aaron Judge. 315 home runs when he's 32.
He would have done it
April.
if he started playing earlier.
Yeah, he didn't come up to the majors until he was a little
Like
older. He was
27?
Same thing.
No, he was 20, he was 24 when he started.
Same
Oh,
thing
really?
with Alonso. He
debuted.
didn't start until late either.
Yeah, it was 24, really 25 in his first full season. He only had 95 plate appearances when he was 24.
All right, that's all I got for MLB.
Yeah. It's time to wrap it
Yep.
up. Follow the TikTok. It's back.
TikTok is
TikTok
back.
is back. Follow the TikTok. Follow the Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube. Till next time. Carry on.